life, which is so amazing.
How do you know it was a great life?
Because I know who you are today.
We know your family. We know
And-
Patrice. You had a lot more ups than you have downs.
Right. But my question to you is, I know you've thought a lot about the years and your family and all that you've been through, but I'm going to take this just from another level, a different approach. When you think back on the world in the last 100 years, what are some of the most amazing things you can remember, or changes or events or improvements or inventions that you've seen in your lifetime?
Technology, especially.
Right. Like what, in your opinion, has been like really great or made a big impact in your life or in the world? So you don't have to answer right away. We'll give you some time.
You ask tough questions, don't you? Wow.
Now, you were born
I asked
in,
my granny that when she was 80. So
you were born
had-
in 1920. Not everybody was driving cars in 1920.
But would you remember that?
No,
As I say, you'd be-
1920 was the Depression time.
Coming up on it.
Yeah.
coming up to it, right? 28, 26,
29 was
29
the great
was the
fall
crash.
of the stock
Yeah,
market.
my father was one of the people in the community that Superior was only a city of 40,000. And he was one of the lucky ones. He had a good job. He worked for the telephone company. And he was a manager. In those days, you had to go in to pay your phone bill.
Right.
And so he was the manager of the phone company, where we lived. And so he was one of the people that belonged to the Rotary Club and those organizations that had the working people of the community that had a good salary gap. But in our community of 40,000, we had one black family. And he had 4 children. And the community accepted those people just like they were. The black man ran a downtown shoe shine thing in one of the busier corners in the shady area of the city. And my father had his shoe shine every Tuesday. He had an appointment, and other people did drop-bys. And so that one black family, as long as I can recall, their kids were in school. There was about 3 of them, and nobody thought anything different at all about
Good.
the family.
Where were you growing up at? What city?
Superior, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Right up there in the Lake Superior.
Coldest spot in
Wow.
America.
Very cold, yeah.
Lake Superior is historic for cold weather and winds.
But there was, in that community, there was no, we knew that the chief of police was on the take. We knew that.
Wow.
Well, because, and this isn't very nice for table talk, I guess, but we had a big shipport there, and with the shipport goes red light district.
Oh.
Yeah, sailors come in and the girls are there.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so there was 3 blocks there that was a red light district, and there was no business of any kind down there. Nobody bothered to go down there. That it was right along the waterfront. And across the way, the sister city of Duluth, which was 4 times as big, their area, the shipport, was clean, and you could go down there anytime because the red light district was in Superior.
Wow.
But we didn't think of those things when we were kids, but historically for the city, whoever planned the city thought it was going to be a big city, big as Milwaukee. And so they subdivided this whole area, and what they actually did was build a horseshoe around it. The middle never did get built. We used to hunt rabbits in there.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, all the activity of the building was right in a big horseshoe, yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
that's interesting.
Nice.
And it hasn't changed. The city right now is only 26,000.
Wow.
No.
How old were you when you joined the Air Force?
How old was I when I joined?
The Air Force.
Well, let's see. I was
Out of high school, right?
the Air Corps.
You
Yeah.
you
When
had
you
already
joined.
finished high school when you joined the Air Force,
No,
right?
I was working with the telephone company. I'd only worked 8 months when I got drafted.
Oh, you got drafted, and then you
Yeah.
went in the Air Force instead of being in the Army.
Well, when I went through basic training and I came down through the troop training, I ended up in Massachusetts, and they were working on the assemblies of where they wanted people to go, and they came to me, and the guy said, "You only got one eye." And I said, "That's right, I was born with only the sight in one eye." Well, he said, "How in the hell did you get here?" And I said, "Well, I've been through basic training." "Yeah, but didn't you ever have an eye exam?" I said, "No, as
No,
long as I
they
was
needed
in
you
the-
too much.
I never had an eye exam as long as I was in the Army. I got physical exams, but no eye exam.
Wow.
Well, he says, "I'm not gonna put a gun in your hand."
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah.
And you're not gonna
No
fly an
depth
airplane.
perception.
Yeah, no piloting.
And so the Air Corps units needed a telephone man in their makeup.
And you were AT&T.
They said, "We got the spot for you. You're gonna go in the 359th Fighter Group. You're heading for England." So that's the way it was.
And that was the best thing that ever happened to you, going to England.
Well,
Yeah.
You met that little girl over there, and you stole her away from the country.
No, well, from
Brought
Ireland.
her back to the United
He
States.
got her from Ireland.
no, I
She
didn't.
fell off the truck.
No,
Oh, it was in England, right?
No, Patricia, after she finished high school in the little village of Mill Street, she and other people, they immigrated to England to get better jobs and so on. And the girls of the age of that could be used in the military, you either went in the draft or you went in the factories.
Okay.
And she elected to go into the RAF. They were the cute girls with the little blue uniforms.
I
you
know.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was and her base was a huge bomber base in that area where we lived, or where we worked, and had our military planes. Was in a portion of England between London and a place called I forget it was it's 90 miles between there, and a plane went up, or the train went up one day, and next day back to London. So if you had a pass, you could always go north or go back down to London. So that was a busy place there in many ways. So the bomber base was big. It took a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
And our area was smaller than that, but yeah. So we went over there with a plane called a P-38. It's the one, and the wings are on the motors are on the outside, and the pilot sits in the middle.
Right.
Okay.
It's a very good airplane, very acrobatic. As a matter of fact, the first war ace was from Superior, Wisconsin, Richard Baum.
Wow.
He was
Wow.
the first ace.
Did you know that?
No.
And they have